Hello, welcome to Allen Baptist Church Daily Bible Study. We're looking at characters found in the Bible and in an alphabetical order, and we're at the letter N, and today Nehemiah. And there's most of all we know about Nehemiah is found in the book called Nehemiah. What we have, of course, you remember that that Nebuchadnezzar had carried off all of the people of Jerusalem, or at least the main leaders and things of that sort, to Babylon, and he had destroyed Jerusalem and destroyed the temple. But the city walls of Jerusalem had been there in disrepair for 140 years before Nehemiah comes on the scene. Now, not having a city wall around Jerusalem meant that the people that were there were helpless against enemies, and Nehemiah heard about this pathetic situation in Jerusalem from his brother who was there, and upon hearing the news, he was very upset by it. He mourned and fasted and prayed about what to do. He prayed for a way to solve this situation, that God would intervene. Now, Nehemiah's job was he was cupbearer to the king. Now, that's the one who brings refreshments or drinks to the king, but you understand this is a trustworthy servant because kings could be poisoned, and therefore you had to, the king had to have great confidence in Nehemiah. So he had faith in him, and upon hearing about Jerusalem, of course, Nehemiah was very upset, and he could hide his feelings no longer. Usually people around the king try to be joyful and happy, and he wasn't that way. So the king asked him, "Why are you gloomy? Why are you sad?" And even though Nehemiah was fearful because the kings there had refused to rebuild the wall, and they'd stopped those efforts in the past. But the king was sympathetic when he heard Nehemiah, who spoke out, even though he was fearful. And so he basically gave him permission to rebuild the wall, made him the governor of Judah, sent him with permissions to get the materials needed and to do it. However, there were other governors in that area, in particular Sanballat and Tobiah. They were very upset about Nehemiah coming. It sort of had influence on their power, and so they were against it and fought against it. The question I would like for you to think about today is, do you choose comfort or commitment? So many Christians today are even taught that God just wants you to be comfortable. Well, Nehemiah was very comfortable where he was, had a good job, was respected by the king, no dangers to his life, nobody ridiculing him, but he believed that God had a mission for him to do, and he chose that commitment to God's mission rather than his own comfort. I think maybe we need to think about that a little bit more because it is a biblical teaching and there's some truth to this thing, that you have more fulfillment, less stress, more personal pride when you are committed to a cause that is right than if you're just comfortable. Nehemiah came to the city. He provided for the people vision and leadership to get the job done, because most say that the wall there was about 2.5 miles to just under 2 miles, somewhere in there, enclosing between 90 and 220 acres. It was a big task that he did, but he did it with confidence, knowing that God had given it to him. And we find that Nehemiah's last words is a prayer, and that prayer was that God would remember him with favor. You know, when we get to the end of our life, we're more concerned about our life having meaning for the generations to come than our own personal comfort. I hope that you know your mission in life, that you have this commitment to the Lord and commitment to doing His work, and that takes precedent over your own personal comfort. God bless you.